Opa!
One person has been killed and several others wounded by massive explosions at a military airbase at Sake, in the Russian-controlled Crimean Peninsula, local Russian authorities have said. Russia's Ministry of Defense said the detonation of several aviation ammunition stores had caused an explosion. It said there had been no attack and no aviation equipment had been damaged. The Reuters news agency cited witnesses saying they had heard at least 12 explosions around 3:20 p.m. local time from the airbase near Novofedorivka on the west coast of the peninsula, which Russia annexed from Ukraine in 2014 and used in February as one of the launch pads for its invasion. Unverified videos posted on social networks showed sunbathers fleeing a nearby beach as huge clouds of smoke from the explosions rose over the horizon. Crimea's health department said one civilian had been killed and another 8 injured. The head of Crimea's administration Sergei Aksyonov said ambulances and medical helicopters were sent to the Sake airbase and the area was sealed off within a radius of 5 kilometers, 3 miles. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky did not directly mention the blasts in his daily video address on Tuesday, but said it was right that people were focusing on Crimea. "We will never give it up. The Black Sea region cannot be safe while Crimea is occupied," he said, reiterating Kyiv's position that Crimea would have to be returned to Ukraine. Ukraine's defense ministry earlier issued a statement in a heavily suggestive tone reminiscent of its response to unexplained blasts on Russian territory, saying it, once again, draws attention to fire safety rules. If the base was, in fact, struck by the Ukrainians, it would mark the first known major attack on a Russian military site on the Crimean Peninsula and a significant escalation of the conflict. The headquarters of Russia's Black Sea Fleet in the Crimean port of Sevastopol was hit by a small-scale explosion delivered by a makeshift drone last month in an attack blamed on Ukrainian saboteurs. Officials in Moscow have long warned Ukraine that any attack on Crimea would trigger massive retaliation, including attacks on decision-making centers in Kyiv. The Sake base has been used by Russian warplanes to attack areas in Ukraine's south on short notice. Crimea borders the southern Ukrainian region of Kherson, now controlled by Moscow. Meanwhile, Ukrainian officials reported at least 3 Ukrainian civilians were killed and 23 wounded by Russian shelling in 24 hours, including an attack not far from the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, which is also not far from the Sake base. The Russians fired more than 120 rockets at the town of Nikopol, across the Dnieper River from the plant, Dnipropetrovsk Governor Valentin Reznichenko said. Several apartment buildings and industrial sites were damaged, he added. Ukraine and Russia have accused each other of shelling the power station, stoking international fears of a catastrophe. The governor of the region where the plant is situated, Alexander Starik, said Tuesday that radiation levels were normal. But he warned that an accident could spread radiation whichever way the wind blows, carrying it to Moscow and other Russian cities. A Russian-installed official in the partially occupied Zaporizhzhia region said an air defense system at the plant would be reinforced in the aftermath of last week's shelling. Yevgeny Belitsky, head of the Kremlin-backed administration, told Russian state TV that power lines and other damaged portions of the plant were restored. The Ukrainians in recent weeks have been mounting counterattacks in Russian-occupied areas of southern Ukraine while trying to hold off the Kremlin's forces in the industrial Donbass region in the east. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can be alerted to our next video. We'll see you again soon on Warzone.